Welcome to another episode of the Bear Trap, a Bears podcast by a Bears fan. I'm your host, Terry, and today doing a film session looking at all the runs from David Montgomery against the Chargers. Hopefully, mostly all the runs, because it's a lot. I was like, usually this is a short video, but alone, David Montgomery had 20 more carries than our entire carries from last week. So, yeah, a lot of people want to talk about the run game, so we're going to go ahead and get into it today. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get this started. Everything wants to cooperate today, hopefully. All right, so let's look at it. And I'm going to start off by saying this. I probably should have said this earlier, that run... I would say football in general is pretty simple when it comes to concepts, but running the ball especially is very simple. There's not a whole lot new concepts. So I saw people saying that we have poor design runs, and I just laughed. I'm like, the whole league is running the same stuff. Football, isn't super hard. We're running the same, or I shouldn't say it's not super complicated. We're running the same schemes that people running on every level. So anyway, I formation, starting the game out. We did this with the extra lineman instead of a tight end. And really just a lead ISO. Again, very simple. Everybody get a hat on the hat, double team up, and let the running back run. Gets pretty decent amount of yards. And the thing about Montgomery that I kind of mentioned, but now I really realize he's got great contact in the balance. He's got great balance in the contact, and balance after contact, which is not really, again, he doesn't really truck people or anything, but he can take a run and continue to run after being hit, and that's why it's really hard to tackle him. So that whole thing, me saying he's not elusive, he's not juke you out type player, but he can make people miss or just not complete a tackle because he's got a lot of balance. So anyway, looks like we got the extra lineman again, this time out of the shotgun, motioning the receiver, and just a power play. Now this one doesn't go for a whole bunch. Now, the thing that you also got to realize is, as I mentioned before, even with the big run, these are small holes. Most teams are never going to just open gigantic gaps, especially when you run in power stuff. It's a physical thing. You ain't going to have a lineman, or, you ain't going to have an O-line drive an entire defense down the field off the ball. So here... let's see, because I don't want to spend too long on all this. But Coward's going to pull around. There's a good job with this double team, watching this D tackle down. The backside was fine. What you really had an issue with, like we had last week with the Saints, is Melvin Ingram stands his ground really well and collapses this down where Coward wants to pull through. And so really there's no space for Coward to get through there, and there's no space for Montgomery to run behind him. So much like I talked about with the Saints, that edge play was really the big difference in making these plays pop, which is interesting because a lot of times, at least in my experience with the power plays, a lot of the issue is with the interior guys and trying to move them off the spot and them blowing the play up. But anyway, that's what we got. So another short run, extra lineman plus the tight end. And it's interesting they're using Franklin, or I believe that's his name, and they're not using our tight end, our converted tight end. I forgot his name. There we go. So anyway, a little bit of a zone. And again, this is what I like to see us run. Now, this is a good job by the defense. As I mentioned in my other video, sometimes the defense just wins. Because, again, with the zone, you had that three-way go. He can press. That's wide open. A gap, that's closed. Backside, that's closed. They just do a really good job. And so in those types of cases, you just have to get more movement, not so much laterally, but getting the lineman off the ball. But it doesn't always work, but it gives you the three-way go. So another short gain here. Motion out of the shotgun. Tight end. And this is just the inside zone. And really, you got Chargers. You got Square, number 71, I believe his name. They were saying he's been playing pretty well. He did a lot of good things. And you see that he's just not going to be moved. And he's play side. So he gets real low, even though he's on the ground. That's exactly what you want. If I was still coaching, I would show this to my D-line. Like, double team, this is what you want. Everybody wants to fight the double team. No, you split it and sit down as best you can, because now they can't move you. And now, look, that makes everything bounce. Because what you want to do with the inside zone is, if you get him moved, you want to hit this gap before the linebacker fills it. But if you stuff the gap, now the linebacker has time to fill it, and you're all good to go. So again, sometimes the defense wins. That's great technique by Square. All right, so next play. Now we're in the red zone. Oh, yeah, this play got blown up. I'm actually interested to see. I don't think it was a bad design. Well, let me see it first. But I think it was interesting little play when you got Tariq Cohen as a decoy, which they like. So Daniels just misses a block on 99, who is Tillery, I believe. Really good rookie out of Notre Dame. So Daniels is supposed to block back, and it looks like they pull around. So pretty much a power play, if I were to guess. So block down. Or maybe not. I don't know. A lot of people just didn't block anybody. So this might have been a trap, but this is too short to be a trap. So I don't know. Coward just goes past that guy, and Daniels is trying to block back, and it isn't quick enough. And Massey also blocks down as well. So not sure what that was supposed to be. Again, if it's me, you block down, pull around, and it's a power play. But either way, Daniel, Tillery was just up the field way too fast. And again, the defense won. I mean, trust me, I'll point it out if it's a physical issue on our end, or, a blown assignment like we've shown. But sometimes the defense wins. And the Chargers weren't top defense for no reason, even though they don't have some of their starters. But Tillery, it was a good pick for a reason. Square has been really good. You got Bosa, Ingram. All right, so another outside zone. Let's see here. They motion. You got the safety in the box. So they got extra people. So this is play side, pressing play side. Yeah, he should have kept going. Montgomery should have took the lane. Of course, this is hindsight, but looking at that, the linebacker's coming right into the wash. Now, if it's me personally looking at this tape, or putting myself in the eyes of a running back, right here when I'm ready to make the decision. So I know the linebacker's coming, but I want to see my lineman's shoulder. So his play side shoulder is in a position where he's climbing up to the linebacker. The linebacker, his angle is short. He's not over the top here. So I would kind of press this and make the linebacker get caught up in the wash and then try to bounce. But then you see the backside, you see butts to the play, but Joey Bosa's there. But I understand it. Kind of get what you can. Again, I wouldn't say anybody's at fault on that play. All right, so we're in the I formation again. Got a real nice game. Let's see the end zone view, see what we got. So we got basically 2 tight ends, even though that's an extra lineman. And that's just a weak side zone. And that's a good play call, play design, or I say play call. I'm assuming you are seeing how they line up to the 2 tight end side or to the heavy side. And so now you think you got a numbers game this way, then go ahead and call it weak, and then you still got the fullback to help you out. So then, yeah, it's just a stretch zone now. Press and play side. You see butts to the play, and just they turn around and seal it off. Good play by whoever that secondary player is, because that could have popped longer. But that's just a good decision to go to the weak side. All right. Little 2x2 under center. And as you can already see, Melvin Ingram is all the way in the backfield. Let's see what type of run we got. Motion the tight end to the other way. Another zone stretch. I am very interested that they kind of ran what I was saying they should run. Now, this is on Montgomery. Yes, Ingram is penetrated into the backfield. Not into the backfield, but he's still blocked. So I see why he's starting to bounce, because he sees that. But really, he's still engaged. I mean, he's not free. So you should be able to outrun him to Burton's butt and press it up here, because everything else is sealed on this side. So, as you continue to watch that, like Ingram, even right now, like you could, like Ingram was not ahead of Leno. Leno actually still had, he didn't cross his face. Leno still had pretty good leverage. So right here, you just continue to press. But again, zone is all about vision and decision making. And, Montgomery's a rookie, but I definitely think, again, he has, and we have the skill set to really make that a big part of our run game. What if Nagy actually listened to this podcast? I'm just joking. I know he doesn't, but... So we got the big run here, and actually let's go back, because I kind of talked about this. When you sometimes catch people, so they got a safety back. I'm guessing that's a safety. I can't see the number. It's either a safety or a nickel, but they got 3 linebackers. So right now they're crowding the box, and so you got really no secondary help, because everybody's up close. And so there's no real third level defense. That's interesting how he outran that safety. But anyway, just a power play. Pretty much like they ran earlier, except people actually did their job. So anyway, you get those small little holes. I mean, it wasn't super small, but it wasn't like a gigantic, drive a truck through it. But you got to make the best of those. Now, you don't see square in here. And again, context, that stuff matters. So now you get the double team here. Now, where square split it and was not moved, this guy gets driven out of the way, gives Whitehair the ability to get to the linebacker, and Montgomery's able to squeeze through and pop that hole. And so, again, you got a safety, one safety deep, and you run power away from that side to your power side. You bring in an extra receiver to help you, but then the guy that beat you earlier isn't in. And I don't know if that's Bosa or not, but either way, they folded him. And there you go. End up getting caught, but nice little run. So there we are with that one. All right, so 1st and 10 in the red zone again. Little ace formation, 2 tight ends. That was interesting. Wonder what that is. So it looked like a zone stretch, but the way Daniels was running, it looked like he kind of pulled, and he did. That is an interesting way to run that, to pull the center. I guess technically you consider that a power play, but no, not the way I don't know what you would call that, but not the way Leno was blocking. Because, well, I guess, yeah, no, he blocks down. You fan block it, so technically that's a power play. All right, so backside makes the play, and that's Tillery again. And we'll see what happens here. So Tillery's backside. So, or am I looking at that wrong? The 69 pull. Yeah, no, that's not a power. So that's a weird play design. Again, I don't know if they ran the correct thing, but you would think Coward would just block him, Whitehair blocks him, and then the center pulls. Instead, Coward goes to the linebacker, and Massey's trying to block him. I'm having to guess that Coward was supposed to sustain this block a little longer. Especially on a stretch type play. So he blocks here. You want to hit it here. Yeah, I don't know. That's funky. All right, so 1st and 4. Oh boy. In the white zone. You know what? Funny enough, as much as people, like, we were talking about, like, how they didn't score. So the reason I call it the white zone is very hard. Once you get that compact in, it's pretty hard to score. A lot harder than, driving down the field. And so we got another power play. Kinda. Only reason to say kind because they pull into where the running back is, which is not usually how you do it. So it should be 1 for 1, and then a pull around. Really, that should be a double team pull through B gap, but he's here, so I guess it's an A gap power G. He's coming here. Yeah, that's just a cluster. I mean, trying to see who started that. Either way, it's all clogged up at this point. So you got square here. They double team him again. He sits and blows that whole thing up. And really, that's square. That's all 71. Ooh, beautiful technique. They need to show this to young D linemen. That's what you do. You see how that completely destroys a play when a D lineman splits a double team. And I don't mean split like, oh, let me squeeze through. Like, no, sit down. Basketball rebound stands. Sit down on that block. They can't move you. That blows the whole play up. So anyway, we see the same thing. See, at this point, I would either do it under center or I want to see a zone stretch because the power isn't working. Square is diving, blowing that up. Linebackers are filling. Nobody. And then you're so short. The thing with a power play is that it works best when linebackers, there's space to get on the linebackers. Look how close you are. The linebackers are right on the line. So that pull is not really going to get up to that linebacker, and that linebacker doesn't have a lot of real estate to, get caught up in. They step up and they clog this play. So, yeah, I don't like this power look on the goal line, personally. All right, so it's the 1st and 10. David fights for a good gain. Under center. Do another zone stretch. Just continues to fight back. And I like it, man. Look, I like the zone stretch a lot better than anything else we ran. That's good movement. Square does a good job. And now just press it back. Either way, I mean, it's not hit, but you got a good gain. And then he fights and gets a couple more yards. But anyway, that's what you have. You have the whole defense flowing. And then you just ride the natural wave. And then he'll get better in time in reading it and making more distinctive cuts and being able to pick up even more yards. So a short little gain there. I formation. This is an ISO. Just like the first play. Double, lead block, head down, get what you can get. Now, I would like to see that out of 20 personnel with just a fullback, running back, no tight end. And so you got a slot receiver, so it spreads them out even more. 20 personnel is one of my favorite personnel. So we get a short gain again. Fullback, 21 personnel, extra lineman. And this is a split zone. So he's going to block opposite of where the line's blocking. We ran that before. Little split inside zone. That went really fast. So zone, or the line's going to zone this way, zone down. Should be double here. Chip here, down to here. Fullback's going across. Picks the right hole. Is that square? That dude's a beast. 71 is a beast. He fought like, honestly, that would have popped if he didn't fight back and make that play in the hole. 71 is a beast. I thought Joey Bosa was good. So anyway, ace formation, 2 tight ends. Zone stretch again. Get some yards. We get some yards. Let me see. All right, so he seals him. Or that wasn't even really a zone stretch. They ran that pull again. Interesting. I don't like pulling centers. Not my cup of tea. So it looks like Daniels is going to pull into this gap. Seal back. Again, I don't know if Cowher's supposed to do that, but if he is, I don't get why. Because he's bringing the D lineman down the line with him when he's moving like that. That, like, I have to see what this play is supposed to be. Because at this point, just turn and hook him. And then he hooks him. And then you pull around and you good. The guy that's making the play is the guy that you're not blocking backside. And so he's trying to zone him and you're bringing him right into the play. So I don't like that. I don't even know what that is. To be honest with you, it's not a scheme I'm familiar with. All right. Let's go. Short game. Tight end. Just the inside zone out of motion. So we got double here, double there. I mean, I would have liked to see him try to bounce that. I know they had a guy on the edge, but you got a one-on-one matchup with a guy in the secondary. instead of trying to press that back, or that's a linebacker actually, but still, I would like to see him try to make that play on the edge. Oops. Third. Oh, we only in the third quarter. Whew. All right, so it's the touchdown. Whoop. Hops right over. All right, so under center, got a heavy formation. We got the extra lineman. Well, basically it's 2 tight ends, fullback. So 22 personnel. Zone stretch. Zone stretch. Caps the edge. Hops over. Everybody's moving. Easy cutback. There you go. And look, I'm not like trying to toot my own horn, but am I lying when I say this is what I was asking for us to run more so than the other things we've been running? Again, it's just utilizing what's best for your lineman, and it just gives you more options. We don't have the guys to physically dominate. All right, so short game. That looked kind of funky, but we pulled around. This is a counter. And then they wanted it to go to the edge. Usually that's what people want with the counter. So Massey's going to block down. Coward's going to pull. Daniel's going to block down. White's going to pull. So little bit of a counter. And here they would like to get this to the edge. He goes up the B gap, but that's where all the help is. And really, you probably could have tested the edge in that case as well. Now, usually, so first pull has this edge, second pull pulls out. I mean, you could have rolled it to the edge. So, not too upset at that play. Fourth quarter, 1st and 10. Ace formation, inside zone. Fights, get some more yards. Let's go to the end zone view, see what we got. So yeah, nice little inside zone. Who is that? That's Perriman. Real good play to come up. And I like to see linebackers that fly up. I mean, it's an inside zone, so you go 1 for 1 here. I mean, let me see. Not a whole bunch you could do that because the linebacker punched this to the play side. So now you're looking at the cutback, which was there. Cutback was there. I mean, they got a backside player, but again, that's a safety one-on-one with the running back. So what you would have had to do is make this decision a lot quicker. You would have to get to this point right now, plant your foot, and then catch him off guard. He, presses play side and jukes back last second. So kind of like when you see Todd Gurley do those backside cuts on the inside zone. It's just you got to be more decisive than that. But again, Montgomery's young, and we're putting that scheme in now. I think that's something he could learn and just continually get better at. So a short gain. Tight end out of the shotty. This is a trap play. So what they're going to do is they're going, he's going to work up to the linebacker. So it's Massey, and he's going to pull around, and they're going to trap this D tackle. Ooh, press that. I mean, that's a tough play because they got a lot of people, not a lot, but they got people in the box. You got the safety here, so you got at least 7 in the box right now. So even though he could get up to that linebacker, it's a tough play. But I still think he would have been better off going up here and getting a couple yards. So not too mad at that play. So a lot of people try to blame the line again. There ain't gonna be no line blowing people 5 yards off the ball every play. Sometimes the running back just didn't make the best decision. So there's a lot of contact going on in that play. Let's see what it was. Shotgun with the tight end. And we got I like that. That's, you know what, it's funny because that is such a spread, like college, high school type play. I don't know how well it works in the league though, because it's a counter read. We used to call it thunder. So both backside linemen are going to pull around and you reading this guy. Really, Trubisky should have kept that. Well, that was slow motion. Maybe he shouldn't have. But anyway, you're reading this guy. These two are going to pull. Now, I'm curious, what did Burden do? See, now that doesn't make sense to me. Because if it's me, if I'm having Burden try to block him, my first puller is going to help if he's getting beat. And then my second puller is coming out to the edge. They have Burden just leave him wide open. Yeah. And the timing's off. Like, it's a little too fast from the running back. He takes his step. Now you gotta let Leno pull and play off of him. He runs directly into Leno and pushes him over. That's the running back's issue. Right now, you got to slow play more to see what Leno's going to do. Because if Leno leads up, then you can follow him there. If Leno's going to come around the edge, you can follow him there. So he's overrunning, and now Leno, you just wasted a blocker because you didn't let him set up his block. All right, so next play, again towards the end of this. 1st and 10 out of the shotgun. Let me see. So Cody pulled. That was funky. Watch it one more time. See exactly what happened. Oh, it's unbalanced. That's why. I was like, what is going on? So they're in the unbalanced formation. Leno's on that side. So technically he's the tackle. So just another version of a power play. And that should have hit. Where? Montgomery, where are you going? Montgomery, hold up, playboy. Right here, look, butt to the play. Montgomery, that's a vision thing. Oh yeah, they was quick to blame the O-line for everything, and they definitely have issues, but Montgomery has something to do with some of this too, because he's got some lanes he could have hit. All right, so 21 personnel under center. Got a minimal gain. Not minimal, but you know. So extra lineman as the tight end. I formation ISO. Lead ISO. This might even be a lead zone, inside zone. You could really call it that too, the way they moving. It's virtually the same thing. It's just a little bit more movement. Either way, yeah, it's just kind of put your head down, get what you can get type of play, which I don't mind. I do not mind. 1st and 10. I'm not sure if we got a penalty. All right, so this play looks similar to something we ran earlier. I just have to see what it is. Oh, this is just a power play. I'm willing to bet it's square. Yep, there he is, 71. I'm willing to bet it doesn't work because he blows it up again. Because it's a double team here. They get some movement. Let me see. They get some movement on square. I wouldn't say he blew that play up. Daniels needs to stay in front of his man. He's getting beat a little too much. What is David Montgomery going? Oh, we got a lot of problems on this play. Hold up. Because Cody ends up hitting the edge, and really Shaheem messed up too. But now the linebacker gets out of position. Cody should hit this. Why is he dancing? I don't know what he's dancing. I mean, he probably saw the linebacker and is trying to do a game with him, but I don't like that. Hit that hole. Linebacker was out of position. He's too slow to catch you. So 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun. Oh, gets blown up. Looks like a counter. Let's see, we got a tight end. What the hell? Somebody messed up because the running back is running the opposite way to play. Somebody messed up. You got a whole zone going the other way. So yeah, somebody, I'm guessing that's a miscommunication. I ain't never seen no play like that. Because everybody is on and they're sealing and he's running the opposite way. No. All right, so 53 seconds left, so it should be one of the last plays. 2nd down. Nice little game. Out of the shotgun, tight end should be a nice little zone. Yep, little inside zone. They seal the edge. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me see what he was looking at. Because I know it's inside zone, so he's still looking here. But this is play side. Where you go? Look at, oh my, okay. Yep, David Montgomery. That was the issue. All right, so that was it for that. Yeah, as you could probably imagine, I got some things to say about David Montgomery. He wasn't all world as people thought, but you saw the big play that popped. Square wasn't in. That's the type of context it means. Like, players are on the field for a reason, and so that was definitely a big part of that. But overall, I love to see us doing the stretch zone and a lot of inside zone. I think that just helps us out a lot more. There's a couple funky things. Definitely some times where people didn't do block well. Again, putting tight ends on the edge is not a good idea. They're not blocking well, and they're destroying our run. But there's a lot of times Montgomery was just not getting it done. So there's also that conversation to have. So if you made it all the way through the end, go ahead and put "can't see" in the comment section and share it around, get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and remember, stay up and bear down.